Welcome to our first session of D&D outside of the starter set. The Lost Mines of Phandelver are behind us. Everything forward is original material written by me. Today is a very special Halloween session, so we invite you to join us for a little spooky, creepy, crawly, dangerous get-together, and we hope you enjoy. When we last left our party, they had just conquered Wave Echo Cave. The mine had been recovered by the Rockseer brothers, who had offered the party a 10% hold in the mine. The townsfolk of Phandelver had offered the party the remains of Tressendor Manor to rebuild and use as their own. And in general, the party had become something of local folk heroes in the area.
Woo!
And you soon find out that word of your exploits has even reached Neverwinter.
Ho ho!
It has been 6 weeks since you defeated the Black Spider. 6 weeks since he disappeared in the middle of the night. 6 weeks since anyone has seen Halia Thornton.
Oh, I see what you did there.
What did I do there?
666.
So, some time has passed. In that time, miners, workers, laborers, nomads, people looking for a new life have come to Phandelver. The town is thriving. New blood fills the streets, and not in a bad way. The workers spend their day in the mine helping shore up dangerous spots, clear debris, clear out bodies of things that you killed, recovering safes full of flame skull.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that.
They also, in the evening, in exchange for food and tent space on what is now your lawn, give a few hours of work to rebuild Tressendor Manor.
Yeah.
While you will need to probably hire professionals in the future and a true crew, you're getting some good work done on restoring the ruins and generally getting everything up to code, perhaps. Not ADA, because there's magic, but everything's going pretty well.
But we're getting like network wired in, and
yeah, you
fiber optic maybe.
You drink and eat free most nights.
Yeah.
You have become friends with most of the people in the town. Even the mayor is now a fan of yours. Sildar Hallwinter has returned to his post to report on what had happened to the Lord's Alliance. Gundren Rockseeker has stayed. His brother has gone on quasi-holiday / his own adventure to seek out other riches and other people to invest and partnerships to work out. Somewhat of a diplomatic role for the company. Gundren has stayed in Phandelver to oversee the mine, but every week he does travel to Neverwinter. Or I guess once every 2 weeks or so. So he's gone back and forth a couple times. This last time, when he arrives back, he has a letter and a story for you. The letter is a very nice invitation to a dinner party in your honor, as well as in the honor of other local heroes and, I suppose, celebrities, people who have helped the community, either in Neverwinter or the surrounding lands. And the three of you are part of that. The invite comes from Johannes Kernan Lefroy,
That's a mouthful.
shipping mogul in Neverwinter, a very rich and wealthy merchant who Gundren knows from his old business or from his general business deals. And Lefroy would like the honor of your company in Neverwinter. Gundren would also like you to go, because not only is there, shoulders to rub at this dinner party, where he knows there will be other powerful people in Neverwinter, but in general, your fame and the stories of the Lost Mine and the magic that could possibly be produced there again has reached Neverwinter. So there's quite a few opportunities for both him and some adventurers who are up and
Do I
coming.
have to dress up?
You would be expected probably to wear a slightly more formal, at least polish your armor, clean some of the hobgoblin out
I'd
of
have
it.
to wear my shiny
Like,
chainmail. I can do that.
The vomit on your shirt really needs to go. I'm sorry.
Clean off you.
Wash the beard.
Kallista probably needs to clean off some of the javelin blood.
She still has that 6 weeks later.
That's low.
That's so not like you.
Working on Gundren's suggestion, you have returned to Neverwinter. You take up your old lodgings,
Oh God.
noticing that he has gone out of his way to make them a little bit nicer. Each of you now has 2 rooms in the boarding house as opposed to 1. They adjoin, so each of you has your own little suite.
Oh.
There is a bit of artwork in it, and there is a servant, if you will, who kind of oversees the boarding house, and he delivers fresh fruit and other such things every day.
Oh, that's lovely. Is there any way we can start up our old improv group?
I'm sure
There's some room for improv here. Live the improbable dream. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, so the dinner party is tomorrow night.
Okay.
You lay out your nice clothes, you wash yourself, etc. 2 of you plan to probably wash yourselves again the next day. 1 of you is just gonna, roll in some dirt.
Kallista?
I will presume that no one really wants to do anything at the moment. I believe you've sold all your various baubles in exchange for money. Outside of character, if you haven't done that, just convert all your baubles to money.
Okay. Thorlan is willing to pass the time drinking ale.
Can we steal the art in our rooms?
It is the art in your room is firmly bolted to the wall because I knew you would ask that.
That's awesome.
Up there with a very hefty spell as well as dwarven technology.
Wow. They saw you coming.
As I said there was art, I knew that you would try to take it. All right.
Do you think any of you could deal with the dwarven stuff?
Well,
I've got this spell magic.
yeah, I do too.
So we're good on that part.
Well, we'll convene later about a plan to heist this place.
These are Elminster originals.
Oh gosh.
No. Okay. So the next day you wake and you do your normal business throughout the day. Enjoy a nice lunch at the cafe. You've been, advised that you should probably not eat too heavily because the spread tonight at the dinner party will probably be quite good. Mr. Lefroy is known for his generous servings, his parties. He tends to spare no expense for this sort of thing, whether for charity events or something like this where it's more ceremonial to honor someone.
Cool.
You have been given his address, but you do not need it because in the evening a coachman appears with a fine carriage in order to take you to the nicer part of town, the noble and merchant district, where the mansions are.
Can we walk?
You... What?
Can we walk? Just to be annoying.
Tendrils of black energy reach out, grab you, and suck you into the carriage. No. I guess you could walk. It will take you quite a while. You might miss.
You don't want to miss dinner.
Yeah.
Canto
Fashionably
whines.
late?
Canto whines loudly. I don't want to walk.
Well, as you usually do, I guess.
Thank you.
Fine.
The carriage carries you onward.
Yay.
Darkness starts to fall over the city of Neverwinter. It is a crisp night, not too cold, but certainly you can tell the season. A half moon
Oh my
is in
God.
the sky, and you see beautiful stars above. You reach the house. A grand entryway of marble meets you as this crisp night air settles in on your cloak. You hear a crack, and the carriage that brought you pulls away. trundling over the cobblestones of the street. Lanterns illuminate the entry, and a chandelier of a dozen candles hangs overhead to welcome the evening's guests. The manor is quite impressive. It is not the palace of a king, but it is far from the house of most wealthy businessmen, even by Neverwinter's standards. And here is where your adventure begins. What would you like to do?
Challenge the dwarf to a drinking contest. No, better not start with that one.
Please don't embarrass us.
I say we make an appearance, hobnob a little bit, fake some smiles, and then get the hell out of here after about 20 minutes.
I'm sorry to say this, Thorlan, but Canto is a showman, so I guarantee you he's going to try to take center stage.
You're going to love this shit.
Oh, he is drinking it in. He's got sparkles in his eyes right now, like anime style. His eyes are
Glitter
all
on
huge.
your cheeks, I'll bet.
He glittered up for tonight.
As you discuss this on the steps of the house, the door and its knocker looming above you, undisturbed, you hear a carriage pull up on the street. Looking down, you see that it has stopped outside this house. It opens, and a man in simple robes steps out.
Oh.
He is a frail old man in white robes adorned with sun motifs.
Oh.
A silver chain.
Quick, rob him.
A silver chain and pendant hangs around his neck and rests upon his breast.
He's got breasts. I'm interested.
He says something to the carriage man, and he begins up the steps towards you, while the carriage pulls off into the night.
I greet him as he comes closer.
He smiles widely, and in a very friendly tone, he says, "Ah, yes, hello. Are you also a guest of Master Lefroit?"
And Canto will extend his hand and introduce himself and say, "Absolutely, we're very excited for tonight's festivities."
Now, you wouldn't by chance be the party of adventurers that had all that business in the mine down south, are you?
Don't say.
Without any fear of this being some sort of trap and or bad person, Canto says, "Of course we are."
Damn it.
Ah, I have heard much of your exploits. My name is Freston Malik. I am a priest of Pelor at their local cathedral. It is truly an honor to meet such men and beautiful lady who have done such wonderful work. As you look at him, you can tell that, obviously he's wearing the robes of a sun god. He is wearing the holy symbol of his god.
Okay.
He says, "Are you ready to enter? I have heard that Lefroit has prepared quite the party for us, and I'm sure that he is eager to have all his guests, especially such thrilling adventurers as yourself, in his home."
Canto says, "Are you kidding me? I live for this shit. Let's go."
I think that's the first time Canto has legitimately cracked me up. Usually the early one in a session is Lex, but
Right.
all right. Okay. As you start to walk up the steps, and he begins to tell you that he is here tonight because he wants to thank the host. The Lefroit is a benefactor of the orphanage run by the priest's sect, and he has given quite a bit of money to help out the children. And he was invited to this party as well, and he came not because of the opulence of the party, but as a way to try to personally thank the man.
I said, right, because he needs to do that at a party.
The door opens behind you, and you turn, and silhouetted in the doorway, lit by the candles above, but backlit by more candles within, is the massive form of a half-ogre.
Oh.
Fireball.
Okay.
The half-ogre is wearing a tuxedo with tails and seems to be dressed in the manner of a butler. He looks down at you and bows.
Wow, he has more class than you, Canto.
Hey, yeah, coming from you, that's quite the insult.
Welcome, Manor Lefroit.
What?
The half-ogre says. If you would please be entering, we wait inside.
I mean, I don't want to be specious here, but this is weird. Let's go.
Could have been worse. It could have been a, Lurch answering the door.
That's true.
As you walk past him, he offers to take your cloaks, bowing as you pass and hand off your bits and pieces.
Can I, is there any, rules, no weapons, or are we just good to go in?
I think, that's part of our character. We're expected to... I only brought Talon because of all of his silvery, shiny, well-crafted goodness, and I polished up my shield. So I'm I got my cosplay on.
I presume that you guys are kind of in semi-formal wear. It would not be unusual for her to have her staff. It would not be unusual necessarily for you to have your rapier at your hip. I presume anything more dastardly would kind of be hidden, but you are wearing at least nicer tunics over your clothing, over your armor, except for Kallista, who is just wearing her normal robes.
Okay.
Nice robes, whatever. But she doesn't have anything special. All right.
I always wear nice robes.
Well, yeah, they're very in season, but... So the butler motions you inside. You learn that his name is Hrug.
You roll the R?
Hrug. Hrug.
Okay, I thought it was 2 R's when you rolled them. Okay, go ahead.
Hrug's massive form moves aside, and he passes your cloaks through the door to the east. The white marble floor is inset with a beautiful mosaic of colored marble in the form of an ornate compass rose with intricate linear and geometric designs. Please, you follow Molly to dining room, the half-ogre says. A small halfling woman with woven braids of red hair. Really? Really?
Canto has a thing for halflings, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were yawning.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. A small halfling woman with woven braids of red hair curtsies and then leads you through the foyer and past a hallway. You are led past a large room with plush furniture that looks at a glance like a trophy room of sorts. And then you enter the dining room. The hall is a high-ceilinged room lit by decorative sconces and adorned with heavy draperies. A large pair of windows look out on the garden to the south. In the room, 5 other guests stand around, talking to each other. Immediately as you enter, an elf with black hair looks your way. I would like Kallista and Canto to take intelligence checks, IQ checks.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be doing anything today. That's a 10.
That's good enough.
Okay.
You recognize him as Sarinel Oakhart, the elf lieutenant of the city guard, who once questioned you in a murder in Neverwinter.
Oh. Hey!
You see, he is lieutenant of the city guard that you met during your last day in Neverwinter. He nods when he recognizes you, spending some extra time eyeing the unknown dwarf.
Okay.
The elf stands alone, but 3 others are grouped near the window talking. A man and a woman who are holding hands smile at you, but the other portly woman merely looks you over with a scowl of high-classed dismissal.
Oh, dismiss me, will you? Okay, I cast Dancing Lights. Ooh!
I feel like you don't actually.
Oh.
Do you really want to? I don't know. What is it? Is it a cantrip that just makes lights move around?
I got a brand new cantrip and I wanted to use it.
She goes, oh my.
Yes.
Startled at you. Right. The Sarinel, you see smirk just slightly. And the other 2, a man and a woman, who are holding hands, clap. As if they are entertained by your efforts. On the far side of the room, so that I can finish my goddamn description of it, that I spent so much time.
Hey, don't swear in front of the father.
That's fair. Be damned. Paler, damn you. On the far side, please cut all that out. On the far side of the room, the head of a massive tawny lion is mounted on the wall. Other decorations seem more in line with dining room, and silver flatware adorns the table. If you would like to kind of check out the other guests, we can. I think I said there were 5 people in the room, and I think there are only 4.
Yeah, there's the guard, there's the lady who gave me the weird look, and the couple, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah, I counted up an extra one. Sorry, I said 5, but there are only 4. Probably don't need any sort of checks for these. The people that you see in the room, there's Saranel Oakart. He's a stoic-looking elf with straight black hair and a simple braid down his back. He wears a clean but simple formal tunic with the emblem of the city guard upon it. Father Malik, you already have seen. The scowling woman is a stern woman who mostly scowls at those she cannot exploit for her own gain. She is a portly woman, fitted into a formal dress designed for a younger and more petite woman.
There you go, Thorlan. Go get her.
The man is a hawk-nosed man in a silk doublet, in the colors of what appears to be most likely his noble house. He seems amused by the angry woman's demeanor, especially as she goes back to talking to him and what sounds to be like business plans that she is suggesting. He seems amused by her attempts to woo him with those.
None of them have enough beard for my taste.
He holds the hand of the woman next to him, who appears to be his wife, although you can tell she is quite a bit younger than him. But it does seem like they have genuine fondness for each other. She doesn't look like she is simply putting up with this older man for his money or anything.
That's sweet.
She has raven black locks and a light blue evening gown. And as they put up with the other woman's talking to them and whatever else you are doing, they shoot smiles at each other and kind of, like a couple in love. It is open to you now, if you would like to.
All right. Now that I've already done my awesome entrance with dancing lights, you guys have anyone in particular you'd want to go talk to?
The bartender?
I guess you can go get a drink. We'll handle it.
Yeah, okay, great, because I don't really want to be here anyway. I'm gonna go drink ale in the corner and eye everyone suspiciously.
Molly, the serving halfling.
Molly?
Yes, has left after she let you in the room. She went into the room adjacent where you believe the pantry and kitchen most likely are. You expect that you will be greeted with drinks shortly, as well as food when the dinner party starts with the arrival of your host.
Damn it.
Sorry, Thorlan.
Should have brought a flask.
I thought you always kept a flask.
I don't have
Don't you have
nice
boots
flask.
of drinking? endless flask in your boots.
I need one.
Takes off his nasty, dirty boot and starts drinking out of it.
Hey, I cleaned those boots up real nice for the party. They sparkle.
There's still horse crap on them.
That was from right outside. I can't help that.
All right.
You hear laughter in the hall.
Nope.
And then a very, very old wizard and a young nobleman enter. The handsome nobleman is laughing, with his arm around the wizard's shoulder. As the pair enter, all guests turn towards them. The nobleman smiles and immediately greets you. He is your host, Johannes Karanin Lefroy.
Which one's the younger one?
Yes, the nobleman. Okay. Lefroy is a fit man with shoulder-length hair, neatly dressed back from his handsome face. He seems to be a very naturally charismatic man.
Show him charismatic.
He is well dressed, but he doesn't seem so extravagant as to try to one-up you with his appearance. And he claps the wizard on the back as he says, as he greets everyone. He starts greeting the guests with Father Malik, and then he greets each individual person. When he gets to you, he smiles very broadly, and reaches forward to shake each of your hands in turn. Except Kallista, he turns your hand and tries to kiss the back of it if you don't pull away. addressing you as, the beautiful lady Kallista. Tales of your sorceress abilities have reached far.
What?
Thorlan, mighty dwarf,
Okay.
a warrior of now great renown. I heard that you cleared the mine of undead almost single-handedly one day. And Canto, I'm sure your epic poems and psalms will be riveting tales of your adventures.
Okay, I'll take that.
He moves on to, you find out that the nobleman and woman are named Mordecai Hamelon and Nora Hamelon, the human nobles. The merchant woman is Helena Talbert. They've been invited for various reasons. He thanks them for accepting his invitation. Most likely they have business dealings with each other. The Hamelons have apparently done great work to restore parts of Neverwinter and whatnot. Helena employs quite a few people because she is a wealthy merchant, although having heard what you've heard and kind of seen the way she looks at you, you imagine that she doesn't employ the poor and downtrodden because she wants to. She does it because it's cheap. Welcome, my friends. Please be seated. I believe you will find the food tonight quite delectable.
Okay.
Freud will then attempt to get the kind of pry tales of your adventure out of you.
He doesn't need to pry.
While Molly and another human woman in a server's outfit, or like a maid's outfit, they both start to serve the food and drinks. This other woman has tan skin and light blonde hair. It's cropped short and follows her jawline. She kind of has a distant or almost bored, like she's serving, but she doesn't really care about what's going on, look on her face. Whereas Molly is, smiling and perky and whatnot as she reaches up to the table to place plates and drinks before you.
All right. I've got my loot out, and I'm totally just busting out.
Just at the table. You're leaning back in the chair. La, 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 la.
Well, he wanted the story, so I'm giving it to him, but, full on. We got dancing lights going all over the place. We got Canto singing the story, obviously embellishing the size of every creature we fight and his own manhood, and et cetera, et cetera.
It's basically the musical number from Revenge of the Nerds.
There you go.
Okay. The first course is a nice plate of thin meats and cheeses on crisp bread.
Washed down with ale.
This is followed up by a rich soup of squash and peppers. The food is amazing. It's some of the best you've ever had. The ale that accompanies it, or the wine, whichever you're partaking of, is a perfect vintage, a perfect make. These drinks were clearly crafted by a master of brewing. Let me get perception checks around.
Sure. Oh.
What the hell was that?
10.
That's a 10.
We're looking for a 15 or better.
Oh, not even close.
Good start, guys.
The soup continues to be served. You notice that when Saranel's food is placed in front of him, when his soup is placed in front of him, the plate clatters a little bit as Molly kind of shakily puts it down. And he looks at her and, with a concerned look, asks her if she's okay. Lefroy looks across the table at this and says, "Molly, we have guests." Then he turns to the table and smiles again. "I apologize. Poor Molly has been nervous since the manor was broken into last week. I don't know if you noticed the glass at the front door where we had to unfortunately board up. We were on holiday last week, and only Molly and my groundskeeper were here, and some form of ruffian or hooligan broke in and stole a few minor baubles, but she, of course, is nervous, and understandably. In fact, Lieutenant Oakart is the officer who oversaw the investigation, which is why I wanted to invite you here to thank you for all the wonderful work you've done, not only for me, but in general. The tales of your your honor and devotion to duty have not gone unnoticed by the people of this city. And he raises his glass to the elf and then nods and takes a drink.
All right. Well, enough about them. The real reason you're here, obviously.
Right back in. Okay. As you finish your soup and the other courses that are in front of you, the plates are taken away. And you smell just deliciousness wafting from the other room. And then a cart of platters comes out. And each is placed in front of the people, or the guests. And the hoods over the platters are raised. And you see the most amazing saffron chicken on your plate.
Can't we just get a sandwich or something?
I thought this would be to your liking, Kallista. This is your... You always pretend to be fancy, at least.
Yeah, I pretend I'm fancy.
I want a fancy damn sandwich.
Yeah, this is the place to get a fancy damn sandwich, that's for sure.
There's probably
can I get a
breads. You
sandwich?
could make a sandwich out of the saffron chicken and the breads.
What was that, Lex? Sorry?
So can we get a sandwich, or...
Are you legitimately asking for something other than the saffron chicken?
Yes.
Are you asking the host, or are you asking the serving girl as she serves you?
I'm going to ask the host.
I'm sorry that the food is not to your liking. I am sure that my chef, Mr. Whitaker, can prepare you something special.
Canto is
particular you'd like?
mortified right now, by the way. Absolutely mortified.
No color in his face.
Kallista, come on, man. You're embarrassing me.
Lean down and whisper something to Molly and say, Molly, please fetch a sandwich for our honored guest. Molly kind of shakes her head up and down and then kind of hurries out of the room into the kitchen.
I think I should follow her, just so I can tell them what I want on my sandwich.
He asked, did you not tell him?
No.
Okay.
I didn't catch that, so I think I'll just follow her into the kitchen.
As you start to stand up, the lights in the room flicker, and you feel a sudden chill walk through the room.
Someone forgot to close the damn windows again.
A general gasp escapes from the guests, as well as Molly, as she hurries through the... She looks back into the room and then kind of hops back into the kitchen. A rustling sound from the south end of the room draws all of your attention. You look up, and the lion's head stretches and yawns as it comes to life. Gathered guests, honored friend Lefroit, welcome to the house of your doom. By night's end you shall all be dead, but by all means, enjoy the rest of your meal.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on the lion's head?
What is the wording of...
Anything under 3rd level enchantment, or anything under 3rd level that's a spell gets dismissed.
You may cast it if you'd like.
I feel like it might be a waste, but if I could shut it up, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I'll try it.
The spell does nothing.
Oh.
And the lion looks down at you. Not quite as powerful as you thought.
No.
Maybe you should eat your chicken first, get all big and strong. You can tell that this lion is going to be a sarcastic asshole.
What? That's my job.
I said, alright, plan B, fireball.
As the lion finishes speaking, before you have a chance to do that, the room itself flickers. And everything changes. No longer is the house a beautifully maintained mansion, but rather now it looks like a decrepit and abandoned house, coated in dust and cobwebs. What is this? What have you done to my home, you fiend? Lefroit shouts at the lion. Suddenly the host's chair wraps around him, gagging him, and then a hole opens up in the floor and the chair and the man fall through. The stone closes up, as if nothing had ever happened. Once more solid.